Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the originals. This is episode 6 of season 3. It has been so good. I'm literally dived straight in from the back of the last episode. Just gone and got myself a brew, and I can't wait to watch today's episode, honestly, because the backstories have just been so good. I just think that I could watch a whole season of just the originals becoming the originals. That is what I'm enjoying, man. Last episode, we seen the first time they ever found out how to compel somebody, and it was Elijah. And obviously, Klaus and Aurora was in a relationship. She wanted to transition. He wouldn't. He didn't want to do that to her. You know, he said that, you know, she was perfect the way she is. But she was determined. She was like Marcel, consistently asking, turn me, turn me, turn me. He wouldn't do it. So what did she do? Put all the eggs in one basket. She took the risk, mate. She slit her wrists, and Rebecca come in. She found out that she was dying. She come over, give her the blood. What are you doing, you silly girl? Like she says, mate, love it, Rebecca. She was like going on complaining about life, etc. You have it amazing, I have it terrible. Please just leave me alone, Rebecca. Thanks for healing me. I want to go to bed. As soon as she's gone to bed, bam, mate, she's absolutely leap of faith out that window and killed herself, and she's transitioned into being the vampire. She's come in, and obviously buzzing that she's with, you know, her and Klaus are now equals, and they've got it on. They was kind of loving it, you know, like that'll be the first time that, you know, one vampire has pretty much been with another vampire. And it's interesting that she turned before Tristan. Now it makes me think that, well, we've seen now Lucian turn and we've seen Aurora turn, but we haven't seen Tristan turn, which is interesting because in that episode they was trying to flee the castle, wasn't there? You know, because Aurora has been mad and not controlling herself. She has drawn attention towards the town. They know, and Cole as well, not being really, you know, smart about it. And they know that people are now speaking in the village of beasts attacking people. That is going to bring Michael towards that location. They've got to flee. Well, that is what they was doing. They was fleeing. Klaus went to tell Aurora, you know, come on, you can come with us. She was like, nope, I don't love you. I don't like you. You know, it's a lie. You told me this about your mum and all that. And she literally a dagger to the heart. It's absolutely brutal what she was saying. And I said, where is that coming from, mate? It literally, it's so random. And it wasn't random, but it was out of character. Like she said to him, why would I do that? I couldn't control it. Seconds before it, I went to Elijah. I'll come, mate. I'll come with you. We can be together. No, you'll stay here. Listen, boom. That is when the first compulsion happened. She ended up explaining to him that Klaus was the one that killed her family, blamed it on the dad. That is why they're running. Elijah's revenge is to obviously compel her again to say that she doesn't love Klaus, to say that she's not going to come with them and that she's better off without him. That's obviously hurt him as well. And that is what was interesting is Klaus said, yeah, maybe the reason why you've always wanted to stand by me, the reason why you've always wanted to make sure that I'm a better person is because the actions that you took on that day set the course of my entire life and the person that I am right now. Deep and mad and true, I think, as well. Now, obviously, this has pit the two brothers against each other. They've Klaus was saying, you know, like, how can you do this to me? Blah 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 blah. Klaus has done it many times to Elijah, so I'm not even gonna stick up for Klaus in that situation. It's happened numerous times, and the brothers have gone back and forth consistently. The only thing I'm enjoying is the fight, the action, the acting. Absolutely amazing. Backstories, so good. Present is getting better. Kame, she's been arrested for murdering these people. Now, obviously, it's not 100% Kame. Well, it's definitely not Kame. We know it's not. But for the police, they don't know that yet. And what they've done is they found her at another crime scene. No one can confirm that Kame didn't do it because Vincent wasn't there. They found her DNA on the body. They found her only fingerprints, not Lucian's, even though we know that Lucian done it. And the police officers just said, you know, like, you've gone from being a person that is in the investigation at all the crime scenes to now being part of the investigation with your fingerprints all over the victim, and we're going to have to bring you in. And he's got a warrant, he's gone to the place that her uncle had all these magical dark objects, he's taken it into possession. It's now the police's, whatever you want to call it, items for searching or whatnot. Like Vincent was saying, mate, these in the wrong hands can destroy the city. It's madness. Now I want to know if he's going to start practicing magic again, because that is going to be good, because Vincent is really powerful, and I really, you know what, I really enjoy Vincent. I think he's a really good addition to the show. Marcel as well. He's doing some digging around Tristan, and he's found out that he went inside a house and never come out. And he was saying what's strange about that house is that it's got tunnels leading all over the place, and one of the destinations is to a location where the owner, you guessed it, has recently purchased. It is Lucian. And he was saying either it's a mad coincidence or they've been working together the whole time and he's trying to build some sort of, I don't know, army, allegiance, alliance, whatever you want to call it, but it's not no coincidence. And again, I've got to say, it is too coincidental. And I think that they possibly are working together now after that information has been displayed to us. So, I mean, I'm really, really, really excited. Obviously, Aurora's been sired from Rebekah, Klaus sired Lucian, and Elijah sired Tristan. And if the sidelines are at war, who's going to stand by whom? Aurora's saying to Klaus, look, mate, you think I'm against you, but I'm not. You'll find out that I'm actually on your side. And what is actually fascinating is that she admitted to killing Lucian's witch, but she was saying as well, I'm sick of it, mate. You know, like, we could change the visions. I asked her to show me what it was. I seen Rebekah dead. Yeah, and she said that she's seen Klaus dead. So that's two people that we've seen possibly dying, and Elijah still standing. And the thing is, she's having none of it. She wants to change the course of history, or the actions, or whatever the future. And I agree as well, mate. If I heard that was I would make sure everything changed. So, either is she good, is she bad? I don't know. I thought the chemistry between them two was absolutely amazing in the flashbacks, and in the present it was decent as well. So I'm really excited to see how we move in this episode. Is she going to be on Tristan's side or Klaus's side, as well as her own, Rebekah's, and maybe we get Rebekah back in the present show as well. So thanks so much for clicking on today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash the like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode. Ah, she at Klaus's.
So I take it you've heard about the busy day everyone's had. Let me take away that scowl. I'll tell you everything I know.
Is it 3 days out? Yeah, I was gonna say, man, that was a future, that. What a transition that was.
I told you this was better than exchanging stuffy old letters. Oh, and don't forget about the STRIX. There's more of them in the quarter every day. I have a meeting with a Santeria witch who may know the key to bringing back Cole. Now, I am off to a witch rendezvous.
Ah, mate, how sick was that? What the hell, mate?
That's the problem with a witch's body. You can't put up much of a fight when the real monsters come out.
Yeah, it literally has wiped my question in the last episode that if something happens to Eva Sinclair, then Rebekah's going to dive in her original body. But I'd be interested to see if her sideline is affected. Clearly, that's going to be answered right now, and they're not going to be affected. Clearly, I am disappointed that Eva Sinclair's gone now. I'm actually pretty disappointed, to be honest. Like, why did we even put that in at the end of the last season? Because it's tied into a storyline. Zero, literally, like reasons for it. Unless we get further into it, but it's mad. I'm assuming that the original Rebekah's back in as Rebekah now. Oh yeah, he was bit, wasn't he? And he's giving him his blood as well.
May I ask what happened?
We had a little chat about the past. Tristan and Lucian, in truth, are allied against us.
And after all of this civil discourse, what understanding did you come to?
That we expose and destroy our first sire. You see, gentlemen know when it's time to call a truce and turn our fury in a more pertinent direction.
I am not a serial killer, and while you're wasting time with me, the real murderer is still
Well,
out
if
there.
I'm missing something, show me.
Cold-blooded killer. What a shocking turn of the cards.
Hey, Davina, it's me. Running a little late. I should be there soon. On second thought, I'll be a little longer.
And she's jumping right on top of him. She's always got that advantage, man. She's always got that advantage.
What chance does Nick have?
None. Still, Niklas believes that she can be swayed, although his perspective of family loyalty is schizophrenic. Hatred's a hell of a thing for him.
What exactly did you do?
I compelled Lucian to believe that he was Niklaus, Aurora to believe that she was Rebecca, and Tristan, myself. It was the 11th century. Father was hunting us mercilessly. Not the kindest thing I ever did, if I'm perfectly frank with you, Father.
That's mad.
Father hunted the decoy Michelson children to the far reaches of Europe for the better part of a century. How's the head?
Spinning. So you're telling me their days are numbered?
If indeed they're working against us, yes.
We need to call Rebecca now.
Elijah. I think that is a good play. How good was that, mate? Convince people that they're them, so that they're false decoys, mate, and Michael's chasing. No wonder he didn't get found, because he's chasing after false... What is it? False people for centuries, mate, you know? I think that is really clever, but really savage. But then, I'm assuming then, when he said that Klaus staggered him, boom, boom, that compulsion ended, and then he was like, what? You know? So it's mad. That is really good. No wonder that they probably all have a bit of hatred. To be honest, they would all have the hatred towards Elijah, no? Like, because Klaus and Rebecca wasn't involved in that action. So again, that is actually fascinating when you think about it, because we've been told that Klaus and Rebecca have died in the visions, but Elijah's still alive, yet he's the one that done, well, set them out to be on a course of, like, pretty much death from Michael.
What a lovely necklace. That emerald would really flatter my eyes, don't you think?
Will you be taking candy from a toddler next? Come with me. And don't worry. Promise I won't bite. I've cleared my calendar for the day. I want to show you my city.
It does seem like most men have lost their manners these days. That should be lovely.
Oh, he's got all of her things, mate.
I took the liberty of removing your handcuffs. Unless you're the type that likes to be restrained.
See no reason we cannot begin anew.
Unless this isn't abundantly clear, I don't like you.
Detective Kenny, come on in and start cutting up the mirepoix. Did you know that Will's mother's side is full of chefs?
The hell kind of point are you trying to make?
Throw your blade at her pretty face.
Oh, wow, that was sick.
I'm looking for a particular dark object. Since you're on Ravane, I'm going to ask nicely that you help me find it. Carry on.
That was sick, mate.
Sake of a...
It's not going, it's
To
blood.
connect to. She's gone.
Bloody hell.
Ah, trademark. Bloody hell.
Hello, Rebecca.
You see, I needed that body, and now you owe me a hell of a lot more than an apology.
I only had chains enough for one of you. I met your special friend, Marcel Gerard. Maybe I'll send him one of your heads as a souvenir.
You gonna throw the first punch or what?
Respect to my elders.
That is well good. Ah, mate, I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it, mate.
Well done, William.
Not like I had a choice. The moment I do, I'm gonna use this knife. I'm gonna stab you in the heart.
You tried.
What else are you gonna force us to do?
Well, Camille here consumes Ravane, so I can't force her to do anything.
Like I've told you, I've cataloged everything. What you're looking for is not here. Some shiny ornament helps you get your revenge on Klaus.
He stole 100 years of my life. Slice open your arcuate artery. Tick-tock, Camille.
He's mad him. Honestly, he stole 100 years of my life. Technically, yeah. Okay, if he did, he did. Mate, you've had 900 years because of Klaus, you know? You win some, you lose some. You know what I mean? You wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. Yeah, you've lost 100 years, but you gained 1,000. So, yeah, not on your side on that one, I'm afraid. But I am on the side of he's funny, and he's crazy, and he's entertaining.
That was delicious. What would you like to know? Nick, I am not your enemy, nor Rebecca's. After all, she's my sire.
So you choose to ally with the brother who locked you in a prison and...
You know, the three of us spent 100 years believing we were the Michelsons. We lost everything. Who we were and what we become in a single moment. So the three of us swore a pact of vengeance. For centuries, we scoured the world looking for weapons that would kill the lot of you.
If my family dies, so do all of you.
Perhaps you can take me for a walk.
See, before that starts, right, I've got to say, now, I'll have no problem with it. I'll rock and roll with it because it makes it fascinating to watch. But if there is a loophole, I'm calling bollocks. Like, literally, there's got to be some sort of, how can I say, stability in the stuff that we do. There's always a loophole, which I sometimes annoys me. So if they can actually, right, so if they could do something somehow to take out an original and take out all the, and everybody doesn't die, then to me that's bollocks. Like that's my personal opinion. You've got to stick with some of the actions that you tell us. You can't chop and change all the time. Yeah, same with the Cure, for example, in the Vampire Diaries. Now, people might like counter me and say, oh, it's always made to me it's so inconsistent. Yeah, at first it was like you have to consume it all, then you have to suck it out the whole body, then you can only have to have a bite, a little dabble of it, and it has to be a bite, and then it can be in somebody's body and somebody else can take it, and then they both got it. It's just like, mate, it's so inconsistent. Like, literally just keep it all one original die, everybody dies. Like, you can't keep finding loopholes, you know what I mean? Klaus is the only one that can cure a werewolf bite. Nope, he's got some substance he can put it in. Sound, you know, like stuff like that. I think it's fascinating, but there becomes a point where everything is just countered, and then there's no stability, no solid. You know what I mean? The vampires can only die from the white oak stake it's destroyed. Nope, they could die from something else. You know, the sidelines, they'll all die if the original. Nope, there's another loophole. There's something else. It's just like, let's get some sort of stability and consistency with one, and stop chopping changing it.
Shen Min. According to Tristan, he was a torture consultant for Genghis Khan.
So why was he following me? You don't know? Or you're sworn to their code of silence?
Hey, easy.
Michelson blood tracks Michelson blood.
Tristan and Lucian kept us occupied here where they hunted Rebecca.
You're a bit out of sorts.
Been in a coffin for 6 months.
Oh, there's more.
I can't leave you alone for 5 minutes.
Ah, look how good Freya is. Get those legs pegging it, mate. Freya showing some absolute power then, mate.
I'm gushing blood into a bucket because the vampire who kidnapped us doesn't want to stain his floor.
All they can do is stop the bleeding.
No, don't beat yourself up. I have a feeling you shouldn't come any closer.
It's quite good, this guy.
Mr. Transylvania.
Yeah.
Your family got mixed up in the supernatural world. Someone made him do something he never would have done. And listen, I have a sister. If I don't make it...
No, I'm the only one who can find what Lucian needs, so let's find it.
They call these graveyards the cities of the dead. Elevated mausoleums meant to honor those who've passed on.
Over the long centuries, I would dream of you, my bright light in an ocean of darkness. But if only it were real. But I know it's really an interrogation.
You doubt the veracity of my feelings for you, then our tour has one final stop.
It's mad because I'm hardcore him and Cammy, but like if she wasn't in, I'd be all in these.
Haley caught one of Tristan's guys tailing her. Brought him to the gym for a little Q&A. It's Shen Min.
Shen Min was known as the Red Sorrow before he was a vampire. You execute him immediately.
So what, you gonna sleep all day?
It's good to see you, Elijah. Even if you're not flesh and blood. I'm not leaving without that spell. Cole will have to wait, sister.
Haley had an encounter with Shen Min.
What the hell are you doing here? Go and save them before that lunatic gets free.
Come home now, no detours.
Fine, but my niece's mum and that handsome fool better be alive when I get back.
It's so exciting. I was going to say, this guy, man, what they call Shin Min. I was going to say, when he was fighting Haley, he looked like a guy, how can I say it, that actually knows how to fight. Not that Haley doesn't, but I would say this guy looks like he was like a black belt in real life. An actual fighter, not like an actor fighter, a real guy that knows his stuff. And they're all scared of him, which makes me really excited.
Now we can get started.
We certainly can.
He's breaking that chair, whatever it is.
Why were you following me?
Because we have a use for you. I'm going to break your jaw as you did mine. The others were so pleased when you joined our ranks, but I knew from the start you were filth.
Well, okay. That's about enough of that.
Told you, he looks like a proper fighter. Kettlebell.
This time I ask you to take out the trash. Try not to dally.
Can't give up now. Not when the answers to bringing our brother back are just a few streets away.
Right, she's astral projecting, yeah. Does it take a toll on her? So in the present, does it make her weaker? Does it make her, you know, like, literally suck like the life out? Is that why Elijah was giving her a bit of blood last time, so that she could strengthen back up? Because if not, I would just stay like that and I would just roam around.
Duel in my honor. How chivalrous.
200 years ago, it was my art studio. It became a tomb for my memory of you. I thought if I painted what haunted me, I could free myself of you forever. I have never been more wrong about anything.
What? Is he playing her or what? I don't know. I'm excited to see these ones. Yeah, God. I'll tell you what, those paintings are sick, mate. I need to get one of me up in my house. And it's like, I think it looks so good. Like, literally, get your family tree across the wall. It's well good. Klaus is talented. I don't know if he's playing her or not. I have no idea. I feel like he does love her. It was like his first love. I don't know, his Cammy second. I'm baffled. Like, what's happening with Caroline? I know she's not in the show, but do you know what I mean? Like, it's mental.
I have questions. Why were you following Haley?
It's an obstacle to the thing we truly want.
Which is what?
Davina, Claire, Tristan needs her to activate a weapon to use against your family.
You win, humans lose. Now let him go. I'll only show you if you heal him now.
Show me first.
Heal him. You can drink it. It'll heal you. This is the only place it could be.
Unless she's gonna hit him, she's gonna attack him now, and now he's free, he's gonna run.
I can see why Nick is so fond of you. You do have spirit. Knife to your throat, mate.
No, don't do this. Take it. Just take it. It's in here.
It's interesting, man, literally. So, does Davina need this, whatever it is, to go after the vampires? Now, it's interesting that they're using Davina, actually. She does dislike vampires a lot. I've said it loads of times, and that's the reason why I'm not a massive big fan of her. But like, it is going to be interesting if they come over. Either they can't compel her to take part in it, but maybe she's like, you know what? Yeah, we do dislike the vampires, and we will try and take them out. But Marcel's a friend, isn't it? And he'll be the collateral damage. I don't know. And Josh as well. We're not seeing him.
Where is she?
Doesn't matter to me as long as I get what I need. Clearly you didn't get the hint earlier. You can't beat me.
Maybe not. But she can. Your magic has no power here. Only our witch can cast spells. Should I make you watch as she screams for mercy?
Oh, that was good. I was seeing a flashback to the present.
The spell is very real. I wanted to enjoy the look on your face when I took it from you.
And when I wake up, you will be the first person that I kill.
You're more than welcome to try.
She's been daggered. What type of dagger is that, though?
You can compel me all you want. I'll find you.
No,
I wouldn't have said that.
You won't.
Yeah, you did.
You continue with this pitiful investigation, never quite connecting the dots. You'll grow to hate yourself for your mediocre talents. Once the veins out of your system, I'll compel you to forget as well. Humans always lose.
Turn Cammy, do you know what I mean? Then she could be on the same like level playing field. I like how she's straight back to work, mate.
We need to call Klaus.
Did he use Aurora as leverage or what? What happens now?
Come closer.
I think it's best you remain out of arm's reach.
I'll tell you everything I know.
I suggest you speak quickly.
My brother and Lucian want to use it to lock you and your siblings away forever. I took measures to ensure that Rebecca isn't held by those nasty Strix for long. I enacted a plan of my own. 2 of the men sent to retrieve her were from my sire line. They procured your sister's body.
This is good.
Come back to bed.
Fucking hell, mate. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do, right? Do I go and live the rest of my day? Do I sit here and just watch episode after episode after episode? Because I'm loving it. Like, literally, I am absolutely loving it. Again, I said it last episode, this is my favourite start to a season. I think the information is absolute overload of sick stuff. It is so good. So, okay, I was saying before, yeah, I had a little moan saying that if we could count, if there was a loophole and we could kill the original without killing everybody, that would be annoying because we've got to have some sort of stability. But they addressed it. They don't want to kill him. They want to do what they've done with Catherine. Lock him in a tomb, lock him in a place, can't get out. They want him to be somewhere locked up where nobody can attack them, that which means the sidelines don't die, which means they're all chilling, they're gone. You know what I mean? It kind of makes sense if you look at it as they didn't have an agenda, because obviously we've been told that Elijah's compelled them, and then they all obviously want to get revenge, and that is the reason. So they give a background and they give a justification, which makes sense. But just using once they found out that the sidelines can die and everybody else dies, that enough as well, without no backstory, is enough for it to make sense. You could be like, the whole sideline could be like, look, Elijah, mate, we know if you die, we die. So what we're going to do is we're going to lock you up. Yeah, we're going to put you in a high castle, no one can get you spellbound. And then you're safe and we're safe. And that justifies itself as well. So they've done well in giving a backstory and a present story, and it totally making sense. I am very much liking Aurora. I am. Now, Tristan, not a big fan of so far. Lucian, I'm intrigued. He's causing chaos and I'm enjoying the stuff that he's giving. And Aurora, mate, she's the best one so far, in my opinion. because it's the unknown of what's to come. Does she want to trust? Do you know what I mean? Like, is she trying to help or is she not? Now she's disclosing their plan, which makes you think, okay, she is trying to help Klaus, but then you don't know of any of these characters if what they're saying is true. So I am excited. I'm loving it. It's very good. Rebekah as well looked like she lost. You know, you may lose the fight, but not the war. So what's going to happen now when they come back? Are they just going to take the dagger out and is she going to go after Arya or what? I can't wait to find out. Honestly, it has been good again. And that is going to wrap up today's video. Another great episode. Now, Eva Sinclair is dead and Rebekah Claire Holt is in the flesh. Now, it's interesting how we decided then at the end of last season to pick the witch and then pick the vampire, to literally give her like 10 seconds in the new season, and then now we've got the original one back, which I do think is interesting. Maybe it was just more of like a shock at the end of last season that, oh, I didn't expect that, and then obviously they're like, no, what, it don't tie into the storyline for now we're writing season 3, we'll change it and we'll give her back an original body. Now I do like how Arya is attacking her and the Strix as well, and she's showing a bit of confidence. She doesn't really care if Rebekah's going to come after him, and she said, you know, she embraces it. Come after me, mate. I'm sure that you're not going to win, but if you want to, you could try. Dagger to put her in a box, mate, and I'm loving how Aurora has got her own plan. That 2 of the guards were part of her sideline, loyal to her. They've done it. Rebekah's going to be safe. Don't worry, she's coming back here. Freya, again, displaying power. She's astral projecting. I love how she just and snapped all her necks. She's showing the strength. She's showing that she could be a massive asset to the team. Lucien, again, was entertaining this episode. Cammy took the police officer, compelling him to pretty much like kill himself if Cammy doesn't find this dark object. And obviously, I thought that he was gonna go down the line of, okay, we get this object, we can go after the sires, we'll take them out, we'll kill one, and the rest of the line will obviously stay alive. And then I was saying, it's a bit crap if that is the truth, because we've been told that if one dies, all dies, and I don't like how we can find loopholes for everything. But that was not the case. What they actually want to do is to get them all into one location, which they could have just waited until they all come home, gone to sleep at night, and just locked them in there. But get them in one location, spell them in, whatever's, lock them there, so everybody else is safe. No one could go in and attack them. The rest of the sides are safe. Now, so Tristan and Lucien are indeed working together, but Aurora is not, and I wonder if the reason why they had Aurora locked away is because of this, because she wasn't part of their plan. Now, obviously, they made it look like she was a bit screw loose, and that is what Tristan was trying to keep her safe. But I wonder if it was just that they had a plan they wanted to execute, and she didn't want to do it. But we got the story that Elijah, once he realised that it can compel people, it compelled all 3 of them to believe there was Elijah, Klaus and Rebekah, and they went on the run all their life with Michael chasing them and not the originals. And then once, I'm assuming, Klaus daggered Elijah for the first time, the compulsion wore off, and obviously they become to realise what had happened and their life is actually ruined, and that is their reason. You know, she was saying it got stripped away, it literally, in a flash like that, the life literally changed. And it's interesting because they have kept it, Lucien and Tristan, to heart, which I don't blame them, and they made a pact to go after them. She was part of that. Now, obviously, usually when you see people do these pacts, they always stay in them. So right now, obviously, she's saying, you know, she's trying to protect them, but I don't know. Klaus took her to the house, smashed the wall, showing a painting of her, and that, you know, he's never really got over her as well, which, again, man, is really interesting, because we've got the Camille storyline, and I'm actually all for that, but Aurora coming in now has made me really, really invested, because he wanted to be with her in the past, and somebody took it away from him. Not him, not her, somebody else. And now they're in the present, and they kind of like attracted to each other again, and it's like, oh, I'm enjoying this, mate. I actually really am enjoying that. But the Strix, they said that the only way that they can go after them is if they get Davina Sinclair on the side. Obviously, this guy he was going to try and take out Haley because he wanted to use her or whatever, or as a distraction, so that they can go and get Davina. So again, it's interesting. I wonder if Davina is going to willingly take part, or if she's going to be forced, obviously, because like the witches don't really want to help the vampires, but they also dislike the vampires. So maybe they do some sort of plea with her, I don't know, but again, it is good. I can't wait to find out like the more of the story, because I want to see if Rebekah is safe and she comes back in the present. I want to see if Aurora is actually telling the truth and she wants to go against Tristan. I want to see Klaus and Elijah confront them and say that we know what your plan is, and then see if they're willing to either tell the truth. The thing is, yeah, we've seen it. Elijah can compel other vampires to tell the truth, so can Rebekah and whatnot, and they don't use that enough. I would literally get in a room, unless if you're on for thing, can you do it? I'm gonna say you can. I'm gonna say you can. I would just literally go to them, get them, and just compel them to tell me what's going on. That's what I would do anyway. If you wanted to find the truth, or get them, bleed them out, and then do it. But literally, I think it's been a fantastic introduction. It's really exciting, man. I can't wait to watch more. Honestly, I think it's been probably one of the best introductions to the season, because all the characters that they've integrated in, like I've said before, Tristan, Aya, Lucian, and Aurora are all really good. None of them are like Josh, for example. Now, I don't mind Josh, but these are more oomph, you know, than Josh. Josh was in it, but he didn't really make no impact. These have come in and kind of like made statements, made impacts, affected the originals. You know what I mean? Josh never really did. He was just like a user, a helper, and everybody was just using him, and then we established him as like a recurring character. I don't mind him. I actually don't mind him, even though we've seen him one episode this season when he was stood in Marcel's house when Aya first turned up, but obviously we've not used him anyway. But these people have come in, made a big statement, and they've really impacted me personally. I'm really, really enjoying them. So thanks so much for clicking on my video. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you did, please smash a like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.